Attention Birds fans, something surprising just happened, and no one saw this coming. But before we dive in, if you're a true Eagles fan, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any updates. We bring you the hottest Eagles news every single day, straight from the most reliable sources. Now let's get into it. The Eagles might be on the verge of building the most dangerous backfield in the NFL with one strategic trade. With Saquon Barkley already in the mix and the recent addition of A.J. Dillon, the Eagles' backfield is already turning heads. But according to Sterling Sy from Pro Football Network, things could get even more explosive with the potential arrival of a surprising name, Austin Eckler, currently with the Washington Commanders. Eckler, known for his elite receiving skills and overall versatility, would be the perfect complement to Barkley. Together, they could become one of the most dynamic duos in the entire league. Sounds bold. Maybe. But the logic is solid. Eckler is a master of the passing game out of the backfield, while Barkley is an unstoppable force in the ground game. Together, they could turn any play into a defensive nightmare, and Eckler's resume backs it up. With 475 receptions for 4,250 yards and 30 touchdowns, his stats rival those of legit slot receivers. Even after an injury-plagued 2024 season, he still averaged 4.8 yards per carry and was named All-Pro as a return specialist, showing his impact goes way beyond the stat sheet. In the Eagles system, Eckler wouldn't just be another piece, he'd be a key tactical weapon. Jalen Hurts would get a new go-to guy for quick throws and clutch moments, like third downs and red zone plays. While Dillon is effective in power runs between the tackles, he doesn't offer the same route running and catching finesse that makes Eckler so unique, giving the offensive coordinator a whole new world of possibilities. Picture this: Hurts, Barkley, and Eckler in the backfield. A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith stretching the field. The threat of explosive runs, screen passes, jet motions, and RPOs, run-pass options, it would leave defenses gasping, both physically and mentally. This Eagles offense would become unpredictable, fluid, and absolutely lethal. Of course, it all hinges on one key factor: whether the Washington Commanders are willing to trade within the division. Normally, NFC East teams avoid that, but the current context might change things. Washington has 4 running backs hitting free agency, and Eckler, now 29, carries an $11.4 million contract with a manageable cap hit. A mid to late round draft pick might be enough to get them to part ways with the veteran. For Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, this is the perfect opportunity to do what he does best: find undervalued talent with massive upside. Low cost, perfect fit, and the kind of potential that could shape an entire season. If the trade goes through, the Eagles wouldn't just have the most talented backfield in the NFL, they'd have an offense capable of controlling the pace of any game, dominating opponents, and turning small openings into big plays. And for a team already chasing back-to-back titles, this move could be the final piece, the one that turns another great season into Super Bowl glory. Urgent Birds fans, look at what just happened. Nobody expected this, huh? But first, if you're a true Eagles fan, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Every day, we bring you hot information, straight from the most reliable sources. Let's get straight to the news. Like most reigning champions, the Philadelphia Eagles are in a strange spot with the 32nd pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. There won't be any top-tier prospects available at that position. If Philadelphia isn't sold on any remaining players, they might trade out of the first round to gather more players. Or the Eagles could stay at pick 32 and focus on a position of need, like the front 7. Former NFL quarterback turned analyst Chris Sims predicts the Eagles will do just that in his latest mock draft. Sims believes Philadelphia will take Georgia's Michael Williams, one of the top edge prospects this year. Some would consider it a steal, as Williams is projected to go in the 20s in most mock drafts. In fact, he ranks 22nd on the most recent Big Board from Daniel Jeremiah. Here's what Jeremiah wrote about Williams, who recorded 5 sacks last season at Georgia. Williams is a talented edge rusher with rare physical traits. Unfortunately, he suffered an injury in the season opener against Clemson and played in pain for the rest of the season. When healthy, he has a dynamic get-off and can win early on the edge or when reduced inside. He has extremely long arms, and blockers have a hard time getting to his chest. He has a strong shake bull move and also uses a violent swipe move to generate pressure. Against the run, he still found a way to set a physical edge, even when he couldn't put much weight on. One leg due to the injury. His effort never wavered. Overall, the 2024 tape isn't a fair representation of Williams' talent. He has game-changing tools when he's healthy and focused. Eagles consider replacing Milton Williams in Rube's latest mock draft in Rube's first two mock drafts. The Eagles selected offensive tackle Josh Conerly from Oregon. A player like Conerly is certainly still on the radar, but circumstances have changed. In the current scenario, the Chiefs select Conerly at pick 31, and anyone who watched the Super Bowl understands why an offensive lineman would be high on their list of needs. Where does that leave the Eagles? There are still good offensive line options available at pick 32, with names like Josh Simmons, Donovan Jackson, and Tyler Booker. However, I'm shifting my approach. The defensive line now seems to be the focus, and that's for several reasons. Howie Roseman, the Eagles GM, never gets tired of mentioning the importance of the defensive line. This is a strong group, and a pick here could result in an immediate contributor to the defense. Although Roseman always says he doesn't draft based solely on need, the departure of Milton Williams left a big hole in the team's interior defense. Since 2002, the Eagles haven't selected a Pro Bowler in the second half of the first round, between picks 17 and 32, with Lito Shepherd being the last pick to achieve that feat. However, in recent seasons, the franchise has shown it can find valuable talent, like Nolan Smith at pick 30 and Quinyon Mitchell at 22. With the 32nd pick, the team has a good chance to continue that tradition if Roseman decides to select. Even if 10 defensive linemen have already been picked before the Eagles' turn, there will still be good options. Players like Nick Scorton, Braden Swinson, and Landon Jackson are some of the available edge rushers, and there will also be interior linemen like Walter Nolan, Omar Norman Lott, and Tyleik Williams ready to be drafted. With the first round approaching, the Eagles are in a crucial position to make an impactful choice. While the offensive line remains a strong option, focusing on the defensive line seems like a more strategic decision. The trade of Milton Williams, combined with the growing strength of the defensive line, could be the key to ensuring the team maintains its dominant performance in the coming seasons.